Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Ready to Love Season 9, Episode 2, Wasting Our Time Out in Fort Worth. Now, the name of this episode was called Hot and Bothered, I believe, and I don't know about hot, but it was very much bothered. I don't know what's going on with this crew of people right here. I don't know if they're undersexed or overstimulated. But either way, there was a lot of sexual conversation and a lot of innuendos going on this episode. I'm just going to dive right into it and try not to get too down in the details because the nitty gritty is coming later. Whenever it's a bunch of people, well, not a bunch because they're separated, but whenever they're in a big group, I try not to get too bogged down in the details because a lot of these people are going home and the real meat of the show doesn't happen until connections start to happen. And that's usually like episode 4 or 5. So let's dive into what happened on this episode. Okay, so before we get started, I did want to say I really want Ready to Love to listen to the opinion of the viewers when we say nobody should be eliminated during the first episode. And for this particular event, since you all have split up the singles, nobody should be eliminated until after the first 2 episodes. I don't think people should start getting eliminated till after they have dates, like till everyone has had at least one date or a group date or something of the sort, because that's when a lot of stuff tends to come out. Not only was I not okay with Demetrius, the person, going home, because I feel like somebody else could have went, I just wasn't okay with anybody being eliminated. And then the fact that you have the singles divided this season means the first 10 didn't get to meet the other 10. And y'all have already started eliminating people. So it just doesn't make sense to me. But we can move on. So the first person to arrive is Vanessa. Vanessa's 35. She is ready for love specifically. She is ready for black love. Okay, the last man she was with and married to was a white man, and she's become sort of a revolutionary of sorts. She wants somebody that's the same way about the black experience. And listen, I ain't got no problem with Vanessa and her revolutionary experience, but I just want to say to Vanessa, don't make this your personality. Now, you didn't bring it up at any other time during the mixer, which I'm glad, but your scene opened up with it. So I just want to make sure, don't make dating a black person your personality. Don't make it a social experiment. I can't speak for the men, because I know men and women think about things differently, but I hate for somebody to date me and they treat it like something that's just so new and an experience they never had. And I don't like that. Okay. It doesn't flatter me. And this is not a revolutionary experience. I'm a person. You are dating me and we are doing very normal things. I don't want to be treated like some type of social experiment. So I just want to make sure that's not what's happening. If a man were to say it, I would tell him the same thing. Also, I don't know if you know this, Vanessa, but it's strange to us as black people who date other black people. It's very strange to us when other black people come into the fold and act as if dating a black person is a new experience for them. That is strange. I always will find that to be weird when another black person is new to dating other black people. And that's how you came off. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that is how you came off. So I just want to say, we are black people. We may do have a black experience, but we are still people. We date, we hunch on each other, we get married, we have children. It's not anything that's like, oh my God, we do the same things that other people do. So yeah, there's that. But when she said that, I was just like, oh, okay, maybe she's coming into the fold of her blackness for the very first time in life. And I get that. I've met people like that. And usually they go black power first and they tone it down later. They tone it down a little bit later. But yeah, when she opened with that, I was like, Vanessa, please don't make this a thing. I beg of you. And then she said she was raising, 2 black children. I'm about to move on because I know I done told y'all before, the conversations I have outside of this channel, I keep it very general audience over here, believe it or not. Y'all would not like me if I really started getting in my bag the way I know I could get in my bag. And I don't know, it might be some one drop rulers amongst us. So I am not going to piss anybody off today. She say she raising 2 black children, so she raising 2 black children, okay? They probably having the black experience with their mama. So yeah. Let's move on to the next person, Alonzo. Okay, Alonzo joins us at the mixer. Alonzo is an insurance adjuster. He is 35 years old. He's got the dreads. He's tall. He's got the look. Slim. He says that he is spontaneous. He is fun. And he bringing the closet freak. I said, oh, please keep that freak in the closet. Do not take it out today. But I'm going to tell y'all. Okay, I already told y'all in the beginning, it's some sexual conversation happening in this episode. But he wants to show the ladies his more serious side. I don't believe him. Then we have Patricia. She's 35. She is a tech recruiter. Her job relocated her to Fort Worth, and she's also looking for love. She says she is looking for a man's man. Do you all believe she is going to find it? Ready to love. Chaz is the next to arrive. And then after Chaz, we have Maya. She is 30, and she says she is tired of making men better for the next woman. I said, girl, you ain't said nothing but a word, baby. It's like getting a lotto ticket and somebody else signing their name on it and cashing it in. But anyway, I just know I related to Maya when she said that. All right, the next people to arrive, we have Laylene. She is 40, and she carries around a list in her pocket because she believes in being very intentional, and she has set her intentions for the type of man that she is looking to attract. I did not get everything she had down on her list, but I remember she wanted a breath to smell good, and I think she wanted financial stability. I can't remember the rest. I'm sorry. Jonathan, he is 36. He owns a recycling center, and him and Laylene had a little African connection because he is of Nigerian descent, and she is from Sierra Leone. I don't even know if people say it like that, but that's how I like to say it. He was married for 2.5 years, and they have 1 child, and that is his bestie. Right now, he has been focused on helping to grow the family business, which is metal recycling. And you guys, y'all might not know this, but I am a recycling girl. I like to get very environmental about mine. I get very, very upset when I see plastic bottles in the trash can. But I am a recycle lady. I sure am. So I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool when he talked about his business. After that, nephew Tyler Perry shows up to let them know that one of the ladies will be going home and that it's only 10 of them. And I know they're probably thinking, where are the rest of the people? Same thing he told the last folks. Only this time, you're going to send one of the women home. So we move on. We meet Lamar. Lamar is 42. He is a DJ/coach. Which of those do you do more? Are you DJ or a coach? He likes to stay fit as a hobby. He's very outspoken, and his strategy on the show is to 100% be himself. I said, Lamar, you ain't never told a lie, baby. You ain't never told a lie, because when I tell you, you was a whole lot of yourself on this show. For the first episode, he's been divorced for, I think he said 16 years. That's what I got in my notes, so I hope that's right. He's been divorced for 16 years. And we see Lamar having a conversation with Patrice, not to be confused with Patricia. Patrice, who is 42 years old, and Vanessa, and he is asking them if they are spontaneous. Vanessa was like, oh, not really. And Patrice said the same thing. But he was like, okay, so what if we were to go to like a new beach on the first date? And both of them are kind of just looking like, oh, no, I don't really know if that's something I would really want to do. And Vanessa's like, listen, if that's what he want to do on the first date, then he's probably not interested in me, because that's not what I would like to do. Lamar said he going to be himself, y'all. So expect more of this kind of conversation. Then we have Maya and Jonathan. They did have a decent conversation talking about why his marriage ended. He said communication problems, but they were good friends before they got married, which is something Maya wants. Maya wants a friendship before she gets into it with somebody. She's looking for friendship. She's looking for fun, and she's looking for a husband, child. She done playing games. She wants a man that's going to court her, to which Jonathan responds, he got most of his courting tips and resources from television. Shows like Martin and The Fresh Prince. Let me tell you guys something. Martin specific, I really don't remember a whole lot of courting going on that show, except for when they went to Chez Maurice's, the nice restaurant in town. But I don't remember a whole lot of courting going on that show. Fresh Prince, I don't know. But that's where he learned his skills on courting, is from television. And I found that to be very interesting because the Nigerian men that I've been out with seem to have courting down very well. So I don't know why it skipped over Jonathan. Maybe it wasn't a lesson he was taught. And y'all know when y'all move y'all kids out here to America, I don't know why, but for some reason the traditions sometimes don't follow them up out here. I guess that's what happened when you take them out their natural habitat, their natural environment. But yeah, the Nigerian men I know court. Okay, and court well. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so next we got Rashina, Vanessa, and Patrice. All right, they're having a conversation with Chaz. Now, I don't think I mentioned Rashina yet. Rashina is 38, and she is the salon owner. And then we already been introduced to Vanessa as well as Patrice. So, y'all, they get to having a conversation about work and things of that nature. And Patrice lets us know before she went celibate, she actually is an inventor of sorts. What did she invent? She invented a $30,000 machine that could do how many? 200 Kegels in 1 minute. I said, where is the machine? Where is the machine? And I bet Patrice got some money. Okay, I don't know if she invented that. I'm about to look her up. I'm about to look old girl up, because I'm telling you, you gonna have that coochie gonna be like strong. I'm sorry, y'all. I really shouldn't be going into it like that. But look, Ready to Love was taking us there. I already told y'all. Can y'all imagine how strong your vagina muscles would be? 200 Kegels in 1 minute. And I thought I was doing something over here with my little exercise. Woo! Okay. I was impressed. Can't speak for nobody else, but I was impressed. Rashina she's shocked. She don't know what to say. Nobody really knew what to say. We went from talking about women in tech to, Chaz being a data scientist to her inventing her machine. She said, and I will one up you on that. Moving forward. Vanessa and Alonzo have some type of weird conversation where just kind of, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because Alonzo said that his last relationship was a situationship or what, but they just have like this awkward lot of air conversation where they started out getting along good, but I guess somewhere they just wasn't feeling each other. Maybe the whole situationship thing turned her off. I don't know. Then we move on. Chaz and Rashina, they had a good conversation. Chaz was saying that he liked the look of the ladies and liked the look of Rashina. I keep saying the look because I feel like Chaz is going to be very focused on that. He says he wants a lady and he loved that all the women got on heels. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know when I get my little feelings, I don't normally be wrong, but I'm going to just hold it because it's the second episode. Rashina has 2 children from her previous marriage. He does want to get married and he does want to have children. So Rashina asked him, so why haven't you, done any of those things so far? Because I do believe Chaz is in his 40s. And Chaz lets her know that he did have a child and his child would have been 20 today. Died at 6 months old. And he started saying, like, imagine having the house ready and the crib ready. And that almost brought, like, my eyes was burning because I can't imagine losing a child. I can't imagine having a stillbirth. I can't imagine having an infant that died. Like, it's when you got a baby all you think about is the possibilities, like the future. And it's just so much. It's like holding the future, like right in your hands, the little baby. And to have that child pass away, I mean, that would just have me. I can understand why he has not taken the plunge to do it again. Some people do it right after, like immediately get pregnant again. And some people, it just kind of emotionally scars them, and it feels like it did the second one for him. And he had a lot of healing to do, and he wanted to find the right person to have that experience with if he were to do it again. And he had not found that. So I got what he was saying there. And I'm really glad that he shared with Rashina without dumping. A lot of times on these shows, and a lot of times in life, period, when people share something with you that's traumatic, sometimes it can turn into like a dumping session. And not only does it make, not only does it not always feel good after you dump on somebody, but the other person, it kind of gives them pause, like, ooh, like this is a lot. I just asked a question. And whenever I meet people who dump, because we've seen it happen on this show, we've seen women come over here and they get to crying, and you got to hold on to them like it's going to be all right. And it's the very first episode, the very first date. So I'm really glad he was able to be vulnerable without trauma dumping onto her. And I thought that was really good. People who dump always say they not ready. They not ready to be with nobody. They a little fragile. And I would even say not even ready to be friends with somebody. Because if y'all ever been out with a girl and y'all having a good time and she just get to crying. I mean, it happens sometimes when you might have been drinking or whatever. But I'm telling you, when somebody dump on me, I don't know what to do with that. Especially when we still in the beginning phases. And I've done it to somebody. That's how I know. Because the person was looking at me like, girl, I just wanted to go get some drinks. But anyway. Okay, let's move forward. Alonzo is talking to the ladies, specifically Patrice, who Alonzo has caught her eye. And they're talking about children. He doesn't have any children. Patricia, not to be confused with Patrice, Patricia wants to have children. And Alonzo also wants to have children. He wants to be able to give his wife something that he's never given anybody else before. Because you done already gave everything else to somebody. Patrice is intrigued by Alonzo. She like him young. Okay, even though she's 42, 35 is right at her speed. Maybe you might be a little too old for her, Alonzo. She might like him even younger than you. But Patrice is like, look, I've been buttoned up. I've been raising these children. I've been doing everything I was supposed to do. I'm trying to have fun. Now, wait a minute, Patrice. Are you still celibate having this fun, or what's up? Because we want to know, Miss Kegel Master. We want to know, is you still celibate while you having this fun? Actually, that's none of my business. You don't have to tell me that. But she looking at Alonzo like, So she want to know what kind of women Alonzo like. And Alonzo said he like them strong and independent. I said, boom, boom, there you go, Miss Invention. You might be the one for him. Okay, so then it's time to play that little weird game nephew Tyler Perry has to make sure that everybody is paying attention. So the very first question, the ladies was real slack because, honey, I knew the answer was Jonathan. I'm just watching the show. I'm just watching the show. And I can't even remember what the description was. I didn't write it down. But I did know it was Jonathan. And then on the second one, the quote was, or the thing was, he don't like a woman that wear too much makeup because it makes you look like a Muppet. And those long eyelashes look like they are going to scratch me. I said, now listen here. I ain't gonna argue with the eyelashes part because sometimes, ladies, the eyelashes are too big. Some of the eyelashes are too big and too heavy and it look like a lot on your face. But everybody in there got on makeup. Now, I don't know what's considered too much. But it turned out to be Chaz. And I told y'all earlier that Chaz was enamored with the ladies and their look. So I'm wondering how looks focused is Chaz going to be, but we will see. We will get a load of all of that later. In the end, A whole bunch of other sex stuff started coming up, threesomes, and a woman that's, busty and well endowed and swinging, and Gooches is getting talked about. I said, child, these men, who told them to write down these descriptions, child? But as it's all said and done, Maya ends up winning the game. And I was so glad when the game was over, y'all. I was getting uncomfortable. After the game is over, Chaz and Vanessa actually end up talking. They may have a little bit more of a connection there. They kind of want the same things. God is important to them. Stability, therapy, all of those different things seem to be important to the two of them. So they may have something good going on there. Then we get to some more sex talk, y'all. So we got Alonzo and Patricia and Rashina. They describing what sex mean to them, and then he start bringing up his fetishes, which is toes, and Patricia asked him, do he suck on some toes? And then when she go over there to talk to Jonathan bring up something about her feet, and she want to know, do he suck on some toes? Only to tell us in the confessionals that she don't think she would like toe sucking. I said, well, you obviously interested in trying it out because you the one that's done brought it up 2 times. Yes, the men are bringing up the feet, but you are specifically asking if they sucks the toes. I ain't never been a toe sucking type of girl. Neither me sucking the toe or anybody sucking mine. I don't like my feet to be wet. I don't like that wet feeling on my feet. But I know some girls that get into it. Patricia and Jonathan have a conversation. It doesn't go well. Patricia is describing what she wants in a man, and why she, hasn't been able to find anybody in Fort Worth, because she wants somebody that can create that safe space for her to open up. A lot of the guys that she's been with haven't been able to see past the exterior. We've heard it before, but Jonathan, I could tell he was checking out as she was talking. To Jonathan, she came off a bit guarded. Okay, so he was just like, I don't really know if Patricia is ready. All right. Then am I forgetting I'm probably forgetting a conversation somewhere. It was a lot of them that went on, so forgive me. This is the early stages. I don't try to get too deep anyway. We got to pull the men away because it's time to make some decisions. So, I forgot Lamar came over there too. And, the threesome question came up. And I was just like, Patricia, you seem to really want to know about all the, what they sexual thoughts and kinks and stuff is. You say you don't like certain stuff, but I'm wondering. Because every time she asks a question, she didn't say it's not for her. Like threesome's not for her, but you the one that asked them. So the men go away anyway. And the men are discussing who was their yeses, who were their nos. And I think all of the ladies got a little shine. I heard Maya's name a couple of times. Laylene, I heard her name on the back end. Vanessa's name a couple of times. Patrice came up for Alonzo. Okay. Who else? Rashina came up for one of the guys. So yeah, we got some good connections going on. Then nephew Tyler Perry wants to know, well, who is your least favorite person? Who you not feeling? One of the names that came up was Rashina. Somebody was just like, I kind of see her as more of a homie. I'm not really seeing more with her. I thought we would have the chance to open up, but I don't know. It just seemed like I couldn't really get a gauge on her, couldn't really talk to her. Patricia also comes up in the bottom, and Vanessa comes up in the bottom as well. Now, when we get to the eliminations, the ladies deliberate too, but I'm not finna talk about their deliberations, child, because they was not in control this week, okay? So one of the things that the guys said, and it was more than just Jonathan, that Patricia does seem to have her guard up. Okay, I think at least 3 of them said it. So y'all know that if it hadn't been 3 people that said it, y'all already know what card I was about to play. But I don't think it has anything to do with her skin tone. I really don't. Even the conversation she was having, she wasn't connecting with anybody. She said she wasn't connecting with anybody and that she hadn't really had any spark with anybody herself. So yeah, I don't think it had to do, even though I know some people are probably going to say it, I really don't think it had to do with that, or the guy's not liking whatever. I don't think it had to do with that. I think a lot of it had to do with she just wasn't connecting with anybody. And if more than one person says that you came off as guarded, then there may be some truth to that. But what did you guys think? That was really the end of the episode. She does end up going home, and Rashina and Vanessa were safe. So Next week, we're going to meet with everybody, and it looks like some fireworks happening. I don't mean the good time, the good kind of fireworks, but I'm going to reserve my judgment until the show actually comes on. But you guys, let me know what you thought about the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and how about when it was time to leave, nephew Tyler Perry go say, clap for me like I'm Obama. Hell no. We will not be clapping for you like you are not Obama. You are nephew Tyler Perry at best. You are not, we will not be putting you at Obama level. I'm sorry. We're not doing it. But like, comment, and subscribe. And I lost my train of thought. And I will see y'all for the next one. Bye.